Day 2 is in the books here at the Northern Trust Open, and we saw a ton of fantastic action from the par 4 10th. The pin was moved up, which means we saw a lot more birdies. Let's get right to that action that we brought you all day long on Friday. Camilo Villegas, this is his second shot, sitting at 2 over par, so trying to get to work early on his round so he can make it comfortably into the weekend. Utilizes that slope on the side of the green and has a beautiful result there as he would kick in that birdie, finishing his day at 2 under par, even overall, which means he has a tee time on Saturday morning. Dustin Johnson now finishes the runner-up last week at Pebble Beach, thanks in part to beautiful putts. Well, that putting has continued for DJ. He was 1 over, though, on Friday, finishing at even par. He bogeyed 3 of his last 4 holes. Brandt Snedeker, the first eagle attempt we saw of the day from just off the green. Could not get it to go, but leaves himself a kick and birdie. Not bad there. A ton of players would take that every single day if they could on the 10th. Now over to Andrew Putnam. Has a nice little wedge from that deep rough. Really challenging to get the ball to stick to where it needs to be, especially from just off the green there, but Andrew makes it look easy. He would finish even par overall. He started the day at 2 over par. Jason Gore, a long look at birdie here to get back to even par. He at one point got his round to 3 under, but then bogeyed his last 2 holes to finish 1 over overall, but not a ton of damage done, as Gore will also see the weekend. Ryan Moore leaving himself a challenging look into the green. His second shot, he dropped just 1 shot on the day. This was from 49 yards out, and he leaves it to within 3 feet to go on to make that birdie as well. A beautiful job there by Ryan Moore. He only dropped 1 shot on the day. That is a very difficult thing to accomplish here at Riviera Country Club. Graham Dillette now, the Canadian, looking for his first PGA Tour victory. That was his second shot from 81 yards out to 2 feet. 4 under 67 for Dillette. 5 under overall, so he is just 1 off the lead heading into the weekend. Brian Harman, the Georgia Bulldog, had a rough go at it on day 1, was trying to dig himself out, could not do it fast enough, but absolutely got it done there on the 10th as he left himself just inside 2 feet for a birdie, which he would go on to make. Davis Love III, rumored to be our Ryder Cup captain next year. People pretty happy to see him at the helm again once that is announced. And take a look at that beautiful wedge shot for Davis Love. Inside a foot, he would go on to make birdie. That was his only birdie on the back 9, his front. Hideki Matsuyama, one of the most challenging shots that we saw all day on the par 4 10th. And again, these guys are good. He makes it look easy from that deep rough behind the tree. Nearly holds it. Instead, will settle for a tap-in birdie, 2 feet 5 inches. His caddy knows just how good that is, and Matsuyama even gives a little bit of a smirk. He birdied the 10th both rounds, so a very good track record for Matsuyama heading into the weekend. Justin Hicks, his second shot from 80 yards, and this would settle to 1 feet 7 inches. He bogeyed it yesterday, could not be happier about the different result on Friday as he celebrates that beautiful shot. It is not an easy hole, and it definitely deserves some celebration when you're able to execute perfectly. And now we head over to the 16th, par 367 yards. This is Ben Martin. He did not have the day 1 that he was looking for, but a pretty impressive shot there on the par 3 as he leaves himself 2 feet 9 inches, which he would go on to make birdie as well. Our last shot of the day is Robert Streb, second in the FedEx Cup standings, and a perfect shot to end the highlight rip. It is always fun when you are able to keep the flat stick in the bag, especially after maybe a not ideal shot. All right, so our action continues on. Northern Trust Open coverage Saturday, featured group coverage on PGATour.com. We will be with you all day long, so stay right here on PGATour.com for our featured group coverage on the weekend.